Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web in his size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
That's right. Special NeuroNerds Stan Lee tribute episode.
Boom.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are
the NeuroNerds.
Yes, that was on time.
I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
All right, so we lost a legend recently. Now, it's not something that we should really be uber surprised about because the man was like 1,000,000 years old. But I really, truly in my heart believe that Stan Lee was going to live forever.
Me too.
And that me too doesn't sound anything like Lauren because it's not Lauren. Lauren, unfortunately, isn't here today, but we're recording this special NeuroNerd episode tribute to Stan Lee. And sitting in for Lauren is the beautiful, the lovely, the talented me. Oh, no. My beautiful significant other, Felice.
And we have to say, like, give a little tribute real quick as to why Lauren's not here. Her beautiful pup, Destiny, passed away.
So sad.
And
I'm so sad.
We are very sad about that. And she was a good friend of Stella because when Stella was going through some allergies, Destiny comforted her. The first time
really
they met,
did.
It was so sweet.
Yeah. So Stella was a little bit awkward with other dogs, and she was the first dog to come over and like play with Stella, and Stella was like really cool with. And Stella was super itchy, and she was like scratching her back on the floor, and she was miserable, and her stomach was really red. And Lauren's pup came over. And she like just sniffed Stella and she licked her red stomach to like ease her and comfort her. It was so sweet. So Lauren's crushed. I'm crushed for her. We're sending out nothing but love and positive energy to Lauren and her family. And
Destiny.
And Destiny is in a pain-free, beautiful place right now.
Yes, she is.
Along with maybe Stan Lee. I don't know if because all dogs go to heaven. Not that Stan Lee is a dog, but like he's my dog. It's like, oh, it's my dog.
I like how you brought that back around.
So so we lost a legend, and Stan Lee. I've never met the dude, but he's meant so much to my life. I mean, I'm we're the NeuroNerds, and a big chunk of that nerdum is through Marvel and his creations.
He's
like
the king of the nerds.
He is. So
he always will be the king of the nerds.
Forever. He will be the Watcher. So now officially he's kind of like the Watcher.
Yes, he's watching over everything happening.
Yeah, he had his a little cameo as the Watcher in, oh my gosh, which movie was it?
Was it
Ragnarok?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't it Ragnarok?
It might have been Ragnarok, whichever one it was, like the little post-credit scene, which was amazing because everybody thought he was the Watcher anyway. But yeah, he just had such. I don't know very many people that had a greater effect on so many people for so long. You know?
Yeah. I mean, how long? How many years? Like
decades.
Wait, was he 85?
He was 95.
Oh, he was 95. I want to say 70 years, right?
It might have been because like when he first did it, I could have sworn it was like in the 40s when Captain America and Spider-Man and like some of those comics like started kicking.
Looking up a timeline as we're talking.
I'd like to say that I knew that off the top of my head. I don't. If you didn't know this, I had a brain injury.
I didn't know this. Joe.
I haven't mentioned in the last like 8 minutes. But like some of the characters, like just look, some of the characters that he created Ant-Man, he created the Hulk, Nick Fury. His pride and joy, and he said this, on numerous occasions, was Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man is like his dude. That's like his baby. And aside of that, also the Fantastic Four. And it's just great that some, the rights unfortunately went to some other studios. They didn't really do what they should have done with those characters. So at very least, at the tail end of, his life, he even though he didn't get to see a new Fantastic Four movie, but at least he knew they were back home. They were back home with Disney. Not that Disney is like their home, but he's back home with Marvel at Disney and the studios that love the characters and treat the characters with respect. So at very least, he had that.
And he got to see Spider-Man crossover.
He did.
He got to see that, and he left us knowing that the X-Men are coming back. And
That's actually very true.
And I want to say something about this.
Well,
Felice has theories.
Why did you?
I have theories. And I said that Spider-Man was going to come back. I said it. And everybody was like, no, Felice, like, that's impossible. He's with Sony. No. Boom, he came back. I said that the X-Men would come back. And I still think it's probably going to be like Wolverine coming over first because Wolverine jumps into the Avengers often. However, I don't know. I'm not
Joe has theories.
I'm not going to say that's for sure. But I did say this, and we had a discussion about this a long time ago with our friend Josh.
Josh, you're getting called out.
And Josh said no and bet me $5,000. I think it was $5,000. I'll have to discuss with my witnesses.
If I get a percentage of that, it'll be whatever number you say it is.
And said he would, that he believed that much that the X-Men were not coming over. And boom, they're here. They're coming.
2019.
So where's my money? Bitch better have my money. No, I'm just kidding.
Why was that so threatening?
Sorry, I get a little emotional.
Why do I feel like Josh is going to end up in the bottom of a lake wearing concrete sneakers?
Hey, shh. Okay, so back to that. The point is though that Stan Lee got to know that the X-Men are coming back home.
Yeah,
and Fantastic Four too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So which is important too. Yeah.
So to him, his number one character was always Spider-Man, and the first family of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Fantastic Four. Like he loves Fantastic Four. I was trying to say that at the same time. No, it didn't work out very well. I'm just gonna randomly during this just name off like characters that like he's created: Peggy Carter, Captain Marvel, Brother Voodoo.
Ooh. I don't know who Brother Voodoo is.
Black Widow, Black Panther. I mean, some of the most impactful characters that you could think of.
And also, I want to confirm, because I got my timeline, that it was 1941 that Captain America came about.
Oh,
you
man.
did it, Joe. That was right on point.
By the way, that just made me really, really happy because Joe's been very strokey lately and I've been forgetting things. And I'm really happy that my mind grapes were working. Yes, I said mind grapes. He created Cyclops. He created the Destroyer. Do you know what the Destroyer is? Do you remember in Thor, the original one? That big like metal monster.
Oh yeah.
So he created that.
Fantastic Four was 1960.
Oh, that kind of makes sense.
With Jack Kirby.
Oh, Jack Kirby was dope too. We lost Jack Kirby too. Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom. Oh, you know why I'm really excited? Doctor Doom is coming back. And he is one of my favorite villains, and I'm a big fan of villains. A hero is nothing without his counterpart.
That's so true, man. The villains make the hero. Because I'm jumping ship to DC. Like,
nope.
Batman and Joker, like Joker makes Batman.
He does.
You know what I mean?
You can't have one without the other. It's the yin and yang of a superhero's life.
Lex Luthor makes Superman for me. Because I know that's not
true.
the only.
Jesse Eisenberg.
And it makes me so angry. Don't get me started on Jesse Eisenberg playing.
Don't make her angry. You wouldn't like her when she's angry.
Why?
That was a Hulk reference because I'm trying to get away from DC.
Okay, let's go back. But that's my favorite. I love Hulk.
Exactly. He created the Incredible Hulk. So I have theories. Says Felice has theories. Joe has theories too. So Marvel is. I'm a little upset. I'm upset, but I'm not too upset. And again, this is all it's kind of Stan Lee related because it's Marvel, and Stan Lee and Marvel are one to me. Like Disney is having their own streaming service.
Yes.
Right. So they're pulling all of their stuff off of like Netflix, and they already canceled Luke Cage, which I understand because season 2 was hot garbage. They already canceled Iron Fist, which season 1 was hot garbage. I haven't even gotten into season 2 yet, even though I heard it was pretty good. The Defenders was a dumpster fire. Daredevil is kind of killing it. I haven't gotten through season 2 of Jessica Jones because it got really, really ridiculous. But I'll get through eventually because I have to. So they've already announced a few standalone like series for their streaming service. Dig it. A Loki series, which is really cool.
Wait a minute, but Loki died.
It's going to be a prequel. It's not going to be any. So
it's going to be a prequel.
It's obvious because he's.
Are they going to bring in what's her name?
Oh, that one.
I want to call her. I keep thinking about it's not Scarlet Witch. Oh my God, not Scarlet Witch. The other one.
Give me something. Give me something I can use.
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on her name.
I know, but give me like something that she does, and I'll be like,
she puts Loki in another. She could change where you are.
Oh, Enchantress.
Thank you, Enchantress.
So the perfect Enchantress is actually Mira in Aquaman
That's
right
what I was
now because
thinking
Amber
of.
Heard would have been dope.
That's what I was thinking
so
of.
I don't know what they're going to do with that, but that's going to be like its own thing. They're also going to have a Scarlet Witch series.
Ooh.
So Wanda is going to have her own series. On top of that, there's going to be a buddy series. Sebastian Stan and the Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Oh,
right.
okay.
So they have. So
I heard about.
So here are my theories,
What?
real quick. So I would have absolutely watched a Winter Soldier solo series because I think he's dope. I think he's great. I will definitely watch it even more so because I love the dynamic between him and Sam. You know, him and Falcon. I wouldn't necessarily be super excited to see a Falcon series on its own. I'd be like, it'd be okay. I'd absolutely watch it, but like I wouldn't be super excited. The fact that they have them together, I'm really excited. So it makes me think that when Captain America finally dies, it's morbid, right? No, when he's no longer has the mantle of Captain America, there should always be a Captain America. Falcon has taken over the mantle recently, and Sebastian Stan, or not Sebastian, I keep saying Sebastian Stan, the actor. Bucky Barnes has taken over the mantle as Captain America as well. So what if this series is kind of like a little, to see who will take over the mantle, or they might like bounce back and forth. Like Falcon's like, oh, I'm new Captain America, and Bucky's out going to do something, and then something happens, and then Bucky comes like, oh, I'm Captain America now, because there should always be a Captain America. So that's just a thing. I think it might be like the journey to see who becomes Captain America. I know nothing, haven't read anything. It's just what I think it should or could be. Here's my dope theory.
Okay. What's
Scarlet Witch, right? She's an Omega level mutant. She can. They're already starting to shift some of the backstory of, like, I don't know, the Marvel, the MCU, and they talked about she got her powers through the Tesseract. Wait, was it Tesseract? No, Loki's staff, which was the.
Yeah, they didn't really explain. Oh yeah, no, they did.
Yeah,
yes,
so Loki's
Mind
Mind Stone. And they said she got her powers like because she's a miracle, but they use the word unlocked. Her the Mind Stone helped unlock her powers. Do you know what that sounds like? The mutant gene.
Oh.
It helped unlock the mutant gene. So, anyways, I think they could, because they're pumping apparently a lot of money into these series. I think they might do a little something like the House of M. Do you know what the House of M is?
I've heard of it. I'm not quite sure.
So it's one of the dopest storylines with her where she just kind of goes crazy.
Yes.
She destroys the world.
Yep.
She shifts reality where if she kind of does that, obviously they wouldn't do it exactly like that. But like if she shifts realities, if they're doing like these quantum realm, infinite Earth to timeline type of things, she could bring mutants into this reality.
And then when everything gets shifted back, it'll stay that way?
Well, no, that's the thing. Like she could literally kind of do whatever she wants.
Oh, okay.
She's that powerful. That's what's crazy. Like she's that, like if you think about it.
So they never existed, or they existed in an alternate reality?
Literally, however she wants to do it, she could do it. So if you think about like power, if you think like the most powerful heroes and the most powerful villains, most powerful villain period should be Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, right? Thor fought through the Infinity Gauntlet, like using all of its powers with Stormbreaker, and he tried to kill Thanos. Stormbreaker went in and like, even though Thanos was like using the power of all 6 stones, right? Super powerful. Remember before then, when she was trying to protect Vision, she was holding him off. She was like trying to destroy the Mind Stone, and she was holding off Thanos, and he had 5 of the stones, and she was holding them off. She was like holding her own. She's like multitasking, which is awesome. But anyways, she's like that powerful. So I think they could do a version of House of M, shift realities, and bring mutants into this world where she could just be like, I really miss my brother and I want him to be here. And then she just brings Quicksilver
Do you think
in.
they'll bring Legion in then?
Legion would be amazing. I don't think so.
Legion could help with that whole shifting. I mean, he could shift reality too.
He's another Omega level mutant. Why I say I don't think so, because that show's weird.
I mean,
that show's
okay,
so
so
weird.
This is what I'm wondering
so
though. So because Marvel tries to keep the continuity between everything.
They do.
So if they're gonna bring over the mutants.
Oh, we mentioned Enchantress, also created by Stan Lee, along with Ego, the Living Planet, and the Executioner.
Boop, boop. I think that if they're gonna bring over the mutants, are they gonna connect the Legion series to it at all? Because that would be cool. But
it's a Fox show though.
But they could because well, that doesn't matter. Disney owns Disney
They
owns
don't own Fox. They own the properties. Wait, do they own Fox?
Yeah, they bought
Oh,
Fox.
yeah, that's weird. Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, remember? Like,
you know what that
the
makes
Simpsons are part of the Fox now.
You know what that makes me think?
I mean, part of Disney.
I think Bart is going to be an Avenger.
Oh,
boom!
Shit.
You heard it here first.
So I think that. Okay, so we're talking about them bringing over the mutants, and I'm just wondering, like, I mean, I feel like the Legion's show, it wouldn't be so weird because
no, it's so weird.
At the end of that, well, sorry, spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen Legion, there's a problem.
Shame on you.
Go see it.
Shame on you.
Now, I've seen every episode, a couple of episodes a few times. I have no idea what's going on, but I am so satisfied.
With
every inch of it.
Saying it like that makes it like the story. There's a definite story going on, and it's very interesting.
Oh, it
but
is.
It's very and it's very compelling, but it can be a bit confusing, and you really do need to pay attention.
You do, but even if you do pay attention, even now after watching both seasons thoroughly, I have no idea who's real and who's not.
This is true. So, spoiler alert, at the end of, what season are we on?
2.
Are we on season 2? So
yeah,
we're about to start
series.
season 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of season 1, they literally admitted, like, this is part of the X-Men universe.
Oh,
they were
yeah. God, that's right. They brought in like Professor X.
Yeah, because at first when you're watching it, stop stealing my glory. I was going to say that. So at the end of season 1, they because up until that point, that last episode, you're kind of watching it and you're like, this is an X-Men character, but are they just doing a series about this character and they're not going to relate it to the X-Men at all? Because, they didn't make any mention of any of the popular characters that we know. And then boom, right at the end, they do this really, really cool animation.
The main villain in season 1 and in season 2 is the Shadow King.
Right.
And
which is a character in the X-Men universe, but it's not the one that, like, people who aren't X-Men fans.
Yeah,
know.
like a lot of people would know him from the X-Men animated series.
Yeah.
Like the Shadow King was messing with Storm really, really badly.
Mhm.
But the Shadow King's like super
He
dope.
looked different in the animated series.
He's like really creepy in this one. He is awesome.
But at the end, they do this really cool animation on a chalkboard, and basically it in like 1 minute shows you how Legion is connected, how he was born, who his father is, and they show
a wheelchair, and they show a bald guy
they show an X.
mentally fighting the Shadow King. Like, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
It was such a beautiful little nod.
It was
and it was
really
so
well
subtle.
done.
It was amazing.
And that was the last time they talked about it.
That
in
is
season 2. Wait, no, he
They
talks
touched
about
on
his
it a little
father,
bit.
but they went into everything else. It's not important, that part of this. Well, it is important, but it is and it isn't. Like, it's important for him to know how he got that powerful, but it doesn't really, like, so they don't get deep into it. So that's why I'm just wondering, like, when they do this crossover and they start bringing these characters over, are they going to go, let's get rid of Legion the show because we didn't own it?
I think it's going to be its own thing, and they can always do the multiverse.
That's true.
Like
That's true.
It's its own
X-Men
thing.
allows you to have, like, so many different realities.
Right. So I think they'll do that, and I really think Legion should just be its own thing because it is so weird. It's so strange. It's so bizarre. It should just be on its own. They can do the thing that they did with the Netflix series where it's just like, oh, they mentioned this that's in this world, and oh, okay, cool. It's
I
like a
wonder
little
if they'll
bit
start
of a connective
mentioning
tissue.
like in Legion, if we'll see pop up like, oh, that the incident in New York,
Right.
They'll be like,
Things like that. You know what I really do hope though, that, and obviously this is all Marvel, which we talk about normally, but this is because, in honor of Stan Lee.
Stan.
I really kind of hope that there's little tiny Easter eggs of Stan Lee in these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I forgot what movie it was. Oh no, it was one of the Netflix shows.
Mm-hmm.
Stan Lee in the police station. I think it was Jessica Jones, where the purple man like had everybody like frozen. That Stan Lee was like the police chief or something like that, or there was like a picture of him on the wall, and it was like, oh, that was his cameo. It was just a picture of him. I love that stuff. Stan Lee also had a cameo in Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah. They could do that more too. I mean, they could always animate him into it.
That's true. Well, they have the Spider-Verse, that new Spider-Man movie, the animated Spider-Man movie with Miles Morales, who is a lot like you. He should be your favorite character.
Yeah, that's right.
You're I think you're half black and you're half Puerto Rican.
That's me. I'm Miles.
Miles Morales is half black and half Puerto Rican.
Felice the Spider Puerto Rican.
Feli Morales?
No.
Spider fell. Spider fell.
Spider fell. Spider fell. Spider fell.
No,
I don't know.
No.
Goes wherever the spiders dwell. No. That doesn't work. Nope. Nope. Not gonna work. I am the only one that kills spiders in this house.
That's very true. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, animal
I gotta
lovers,
tell you.
but I'm sorry. They gotta die if they're inside.
Yeah, burn them with
they
fire.
They came into my house.
Oh Jesus!
I don't kill them if they're outside.
I would.
I also want to mention I'm the only woman in this house, and I'm the spider killer.
Yes, I'm not ashamed to say I'm a grown ass man. I will leave the house if I see a spider. Like I'll come in and be like, baby, you really need to handle this. There's a spider in there. It was like the size of my dog. It's just too big. And she'll go in, she'll handle, she'll wreck some shit, and then like life is good.
Yeah.
If it was Spider-Man, I feel bad, but I'm not. But it's not. So I don't.
That's what I do.
So what I'm also really excited. I'm a big fan. The best Fantastic Four movie, even though I love the ones in the early 2000s with Captain America as the Human Torch.
Which is when the first, that's what this timeline said, the first, I was about to say Star Wars. The first Marvel movie came out in 2000.
That was Incredible Hulk or Iron Man.
Well, actually, it says that the first Marvel film, Stan's first appearance was in The Incredible Hulk in 1989.
Oh, wait, was it a movie or was it the TV movie?
I don't know.
I think it was a TV movie.
Yeah, and then it says, but he made an appearance in it, and then he made a cameo in X-Men.
Oh, hey, by the way, Sam Raimi, you can bite my butt. I can't stand that guy now. Do you want to know why?
Why?
He didn't want Stan Lee to cameo in the Spider-Man movie. Yeah, suck it, Sam Raimi.
Why?
I don't know. It's a thing that he didn't want to do. No. And I kind of get it because this is back in the day before, the whole thing just started, and he wasn't doing this steadily. It was at the beginning where it's like, hey, I'm making this film. Like, why do you have to be like in my film?
What a dick.
Not knowing how well.
Does he not like puppies and ice cream too?
No, he doesn't. Because Sam Raimi
doesn't have
is a puppy kicker and an ice cream hater. That's it. You heard it here, folks.
Yep,
no? Too
facts.
Much? So speaking of like Stan Lee, the Fantastic Four, I know Marvel for like phase 5, I guess, is going like cosmic. They're gonna do a lot more stuff in outer space. So are there amazing cosmic villains that can take over, that could be like the next Thanos? Yes, there is. My favorite villain ever, Galactus. Now, not the bullshit Galactus from the Fantastic Four Silver Surfer movie, where they turned him into like a giant space fart. Do you remember that? He was just a big cloud.
Yeah.
Me and my sister had this conversation where she came up with the realization.
He was really just a cloud.
She hit me up randomly. She's like, wait a minute. Did you know that Galactus was the villain and the thing? He was just cloud? I was like, yes, I do. It hurts my soul. But there's already a theory that's floating around, and it makes a lot of sense, that Galactus is already in the MCU, and we've seen him. Boom! Wait
a minute, you told me this.
I did.
Okay, explain again for the listeners.
So, Isan the Seeker he's a Celestial, and he's the one in the original Guardians of the Galaxy, where the Collector was explaining the 6 singularities, the Power Stone, or the Infinity Stones, and he showed the Power Stone, like what it does, and he's like, and Celestial wielded the Power Stone and just was stepping on a planet and slamming the staff down, like the whole planet was destroyed. And you see it's this giant staff, and what color is the Power Stone? It's purple.
Yeah.
What color is Galactus? He's purple. If you look at the staff that the Celestial is holding, that staff, the top of the staff, is shaped exactly like Galactus's helmet. I think Galactus is the Power Stone.
Oh, okay.
So I hope that that's how he's going to be introduced some way, somehow, which makes me really excited.
Yeah. Now they got to figure out they did figure out who's going to take over the, doing the
Guardians.
They
right? Didn't. It's not official that Tai Waititi is going to be the dude, but he should be the dude because he gets that balance of humor and action.
That's why Thor Ragnarok was so good.
Ragnarok was awesome, and they're going to use James Gunn's script, so they're good, like what he already wrote it. So 3 is good to go, and I really hope that they cast a really good Adam Warlock.
Or they just bring James Gunn back.
I won't get into that deeply. James Gunn is actually going to bring. Speaking of DC, he's going to bring life back to the Suicide Squad franchise because he's going to be directing the sequel. Where
I'm very happy about that.
I just really like I really like how DC's just like, oh, that dude's not with Marvel anymore.
Boom.
Bring him over.
You know, I think that
Joss Whedon,
I
they
think
kicked you
just
out?
need to
Let's go.
start over again at DC.
They do.
Just need to start over and scrap everything they did. I think they need to scrap everything.
I think if Joaquin Phoenix is a dope Joker, he should be the Joker, because they're doing the Joaquin Phoenix Joker origin story.
But they're gonna do some weird origin story of.
They are.
I mean,
they're probably gonna make him like a shop clerk or something. They're gonna do something weird and stupid. I know it.
They had a weird origin story of Joker on the animated series. Do you remember that? Or I don't know if he was dreaming.
Yeah, no.
Remember when he was like, he had a wife. He was like, was he a comedian?
He was a comedian. He was a stand. No,
was
no,
that
but
real?
That
or
is.
Was that
is.
A
That's
dream?
one. That's one of the Joker origin stories. And it's not bad. And then he got in with like the mafia. Yeah. So I just hope they do something good, because I'm a big fan of those characters.
I'm like, you know what? I have so low expectations for them that anything they do at this point that's remotely good could impress me.
But back to the goodness. Oh, Stan Lee also created Jean Grey.
Ooh.
He created Heimdall, Hawkeye. See, now I want the H's. The Hogan from the Warriors 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so I'm assuming he created all the Warriors.
I mean,
3.
I would think, yeah, he did all the Warriors. Ooh. Oh, and okay, sorry, another date fact. In 2010, he created the History Channel show, Stan Lee's Superhumans.
Oh,
do you remember that
was
show?
Really cool. I do remember that.
I love that show. And I kind of think it lends itself to Stan Lee's like feelings about superheroes, because he really he would say, like, you know, he believed that we all kind of have a superhero inside of us.
Yeah.
And he would talk a lot about that on that show. And so that show basically was him showing people with extraordinary abilities.
Yeah, basically it's a bunch of weird people. So there was this one dude that was like magnetic. And like, seriously, like his body was magnetic. So like you would go and you have a fork and you put it on his face and it would stick to his face.
Remember there was a guy on there who could get venom from a snake. Like, what did they do? They injected him or something?
I don't remember
like
that.
on purpose, or got him bit on purpose because he was immune to it for some reason.
Maybe he's Wolverine.
And then there was a guy.
There was a dude with the super stretchy skin.
Yep. Oh, that was crazy.
That was really weird.
But,
he was like a elongated man.
But you know, I think that lends itself to that's a reason why you guys, when you guys are doing your more stroke recovery and brain injury recovery survivor episodes, can relate a lot to characters and things and subjects and themes that Stan Lee wrote about, because he really, like, there's a real human element of it all. It's not like, you know, these people are heroes above humanity.
Right.
They are humans who have special
They
abilities.
have extremity abilities, but they're actually just people.
They're just people, which is beautiful.
For all of my, brain injury and stroke survivors out there, like everything that we're doing, everything that we've done, everything that we're going to continue to do and do in the future, it's the hero's journey.
Yes.
Everybody out there, like we're on the hero's journey.
Yes.
I hope it's the hero's journey. I hope it's not the villain's journey.
I hear. Ooh.
Yeah. Like, what if I
They're
recovered?
not too far apart.
Yeah. What if I recovered? I'm like, cool, time to take over everything.
What are you doing this weekend?
you know what's really cool though? The fact that I do have like short-term memory issues because of the hemorrhagic stroke. That like, even if I was like that, yeah, that's it. Tomorrow, taking over the world. And then I wake up tomorrow, I'm like, oh man, I wonder what I'm doing today. I wouldn't remember.
You'd be the worst villain ever. But it's really the hero's journey. And that's something to remember when something tragic or just seemingly negative happens in your life, and a brain injury or a stroke of some sort like that can feel that way when it happens. Obviously, that is your big heroic moment.
It is.
That's that moment, the turning point in the story when the hero rises up to the challenge and overcomes the adversity.
That's when you crash your plane into the ocean to save the world from the Tesseract exploding. Wait, was it Tesseract exploding? I don't remember because I had a brain injury. But no, I think about that a lot, because if you think about like certain characters, they absolutely have the right to give up because it's too hard. Look at Bruce Banner. His story, not the movie story, like the actual TV story, which was awesome.
I never watched it.
He couldn't have any ties. And I really like the Ed Norton Incredible Hulk, underrated. He had to give up his love. He couldn't be in contact with her because it put her in danger. He couldn't have any close friends because at any moment he could Hulk out and hurt somebody. So he had the lonely hero's journey. Now, these journeys that we're on, they can be very, very lonely, but we don't have to be like the Hulk. We're not gonna,
Although I do love the Hulk's. Well, I think this is the later Hulk, not that the TV show Hulk, but when was it Edward Norton who played him?
Yeah.
When he was doing all the meditation and
yeah,
everything.
exactly.
I love that. And then they carried that theme over into the new once Mark Ruffalo took over, and his whole that's the thing. I'm always angry.
That's the trick. I'm always angry.
And you know what? That's the thing about being human. Like, we always are going to feel, whether you've had a brain injury or not, you're always going to have trials and tribulations that come to you every day. And your job is to try to observe it versus react to it.
Right.
So, and that's what I love about the Hulk, is that his literal challenge with his superpower that makes him able to be a superhero is that he has to learn how to not react and observe and choose when to ignite his power.
Right.
Instead of letting his power take over whenever it wants to.
Right. You're in control of you.
Yeah. And we are like, that's, me and Joe, we meditate every day, and that helps us stay balanced and try to stay more mindful.
Wait, have I meditated today? Because I got off to an earlier start because I had to unload from.
Nope, you need to meditate.
I do need to meditate today. See, Joe, remember that
episode,
too?
Yes.
Also, Captain America, I think about that a lot. If you think about it, he was this little wimpy dude who just, everything changed. He got super soldier syndrome. He fell in love with this beautiful woman, the love of his life. He then saved his country and quote unquote died. He didn't. He woke up decades later. Everybody he knows is gone, and he's in this brand new world. And literally, he could just been like, I don't want to do this anymore. But he licked his wounds and he kept on pushing forward because that's what you do, because he's a hero. And every single one of you guys out there, you guys are heroes.
Yes,
you guys are super soldiers. Stan Lee would be proud.
Yes, he would.
Can I tell you why I cry a little bit? Like, I cry a lot because I'm very over emotional. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a grown ass man. I cry at commercials, but even more so like post stroke. But also, I'm in touch with my feminine side.
Why you gotta be feminine, man? Why can't you just cry?
I think I just started something. So, there was this documentary about Stan Lee's life. I think it was on Netflix, and I watched it, and the whole thing was just how he got started. And it's so weird. The Hulk was green because they ran out of ink. He was originally supposed to be, I think, like blue or gray.
I'm so glad he's.
And
green.
they had a ton of green ink, and it's like, oh yeah.
It's like, how could he not be green? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Some of the characters, like, I forgot. See, again, I don't have all of the things because of my brain, but one of the I think it was Captain America. Like, he had the storyline that he wanted to write, and he was getting fired, or the company was like getting shut down. So he was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna do this, and he did it, and it was a giant hit, and everybody loved it, and it was like this big thing. He took chances. He loved the hero's journey. He had such life to him, even well into his 90s. But the thing that stuck out with me is his relationship with his wife.
Yes.
He loved that woman so much. And the one thing I will never, ever, ever forget is he said that he danced with her in the kitchen almost every day.
That's so beautiful.
And like, I could. So here's what's crazy. I'm pretty sure he was twerking with her in the kitchen. I don't know that for a fact.
And they were married from 1947 to 2017.
Oh my gosh, that's when she passed away.
They lived till the whole life.
And she was beautiful, even in 2017.
Her last name was Bucock.
I don't get me started.
Joan Bucock.
Hey, again, you understand that I'm forever 13. You can't say stuff like that because I'm just going to be forever 13 and make the dumbest jokes. But yeah, so he was a beautiful creator. He brought so much joy to me personally with his characters. He brought so much joy to so many people out there. I mean, of any age. There are people think about that. There are probably people in their 90s that he touched, that he was like, that he created a character, a storyline that just meant the world to them.
He literally touched several generations.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Of children, like people as children reading his story. Like they were like literally, let's see, 1940.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, duh. Like obviously there's, if he was making this for 70 years and 77 generations.
Right.
That's crazy, right?
So here's the staying power of that. Clearly, I don't think the superhero thing, especially the Marvel side and the Avengers, and I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon, because there's still so many untouched characters. Namor, the X-Men, a good Fantastic Four movie, more outer space stuff. They might even do some prequel stuff. We might get a decent Inhuman movie. But like all of these things, this is going to go on for decades more.
And it's just getting bigger and bigger, because as the world becomes more inclusive and accepting, like I don't think a movie like Black Panther could have been as big as it was in even in the 90s.
God,
it was
$1 billion movie.
It was huge, and that's so beautiful. And I think, and I'm so happy that he got to see that.
Yeah, the success of his character.
Because he had these ideas that were so revolutionary for the time, for comics, for children's stories.
Right.
You know, like to have these characters that are so diverse, ethnically and male and female,
and some of the most powerful women out. He created Black Widow.
Yeah,
I mean,
so it's just so cool. Like he was really ahead of his time,
Peggy
and
Carter.
he got to live to see the times catch up to him.
He did.
How cool is that?
Even his characters are like creating their own characters. So like for the future, like for the next 30, 40, 50 years. Okay, well, Spider-Man, there's been a million Yes, there's still Miles Morales Spider-Man. There is a Black Iron Man, a female Black Iron Man that takes over in the comics that's actually making some noise right now. You know, there's female Thor. There's Lady Thor. You know what I mean? Like all of these characters can like go on. Like 10 years from now, it's like, oh, it's going to be a new Thor movie. Oh, there's going to be this woman. Like that would be amazing. That would be really, really cool. So it's not going anywhere. Stan Lee he's an icon.
And he will forever live through these characters and stories he created. That's what's amazing about being an artist and art in general, is that you live through your work.
Right.
And really anything that any sort of creator, you live through the things that you create. That's your
legacy.
That's your legacy.
Yeah.
And he definitely left a legacy that helped
I'm
change the world.
I'm looking at a light right now, and I'm thinking of Edison and Tesla.
Yeah,
you know, it's what you do. It's being a creator. It's sharing these stories. It's I don't know. It's touching people's souls. Yes. You know, and he did that to me, and I was crushed. Even now I'm almost like a little bit misty. When I heard it happened, I think I laid down, didn't I? Yeah. I know I cried. I actually cried, and again, I never met the man.
I wish we could have. I always thought, I was like, we'll make it to meet Stan one day.
I'll tell you, it's really cool. So I'm a gamer. I love playing games. One of my favorite series of games is Lego. It's a video game. It's like Lego Avengers, Lego Star Wars, Lego Captain America, whatever it is. Lego Batman.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, that one was cool. But like the Lego superheroes one is my favorite. It's a Lego Marvel superheroes, and it has like the whole roster. One of the secret characters, if you unlock a bunch of stuff, is Stan Lee. And then he hulks out, and it's really cool. But there's these bonus missions where you go, and it's called Stan Lee in Peril. And you have to like save him from whatever he's doing.
That's so cool.
And then he always says the same thing after giving you like a bunch of like these little Lego studs. He'll say, thank you for saving your Generalissimo. Thanks, true believers. And he always says that. Like, if you're, and
does he say Excelsior?
He does.
That's so cool.
So he's I'm a true believer. Like I'm a true believer in his characters, what they stand for, what they mean, in people, in like amazing things that we can do. Like, I mean, yeah. I'm actually specifically, I'm talking about everybody, period, but specifically talking to like my community, my community of survivors. Like, we can do anything. We're our own superheroes.
Yes.
And I say it all the time. I don't even say it jokingly. I hope people don't think like I'm just like, oh, he's just saying that. Like, anytime I talk about like, our journey to recovery, our journey back from our injuries, our strokes, our brain injuries, any of that stuff, I really mean it. You guys are superheroes. Like, it's amazing. Like the fortitude, the strength it takes to do these things. It's incredible. You guys are all like, if Stan Lee saw a quarter of what you guys do, he would be blown away. I'm sure he would come up with this brand new character right on the spot. And he'd be like, oh man, you guys could probably take down Thanos by yourself. True believers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad. It's very sad because he was such an icon, and he was such a beautiful, beautiful soul. He was a beautiful person, you know. Oh, he also created his own Comic-Con.
Yep.
Kamikaze.
Yes.
And did I go? Yes, I did. I went to
one
of the original ones when it was like really, really little. Now it's much
Next
larger.
year, we're going to try to go to more of these cons.
Oh, yeah. I want to go to
record on the spot.
Wait, I want to go to that rom-com con.
Oh, geez.
No.
But on that note,
so
we'd like to thank our sponsor, Avid Technology, for providing us with the tools to make us sound amazing for this podcast.
Make us sound like awesome podcasting superheroes.
Yes.
Stan Lee would be proud of this sound.
I mean, they use Pro Tools all over the place.
I'm sure.
They use Pro Tools, and I'm sure they use Media Composer as well to make all of those movies.
I don't know what that means.
Media Composer is Avid's video editing software. So yes, we are using the tools of the pros that make the Marvel movies.
Boom.
Boom.
That's what we
do. That's our correlation to the Marvel universe, MCU. And then also remember to support us on Patreon.
Yeah, we appreciate all of the patrons on Patreon.
$1 goes a very long way in supporting what we're doing. And we're also putting into effect very soon donating a portion of that to stroke and brain injury survivors, whether it be a charity or an individual who's raising money for their care. We're going to start doing a different one each month. So yes, please.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that the NeuroNerds can actually help other people, not just, you know, with our go-getting, you can do it personalities, but actually, you know, helping people along their journey as best we can. I think that's great. And we have nothing but love and care for all of you guys out there.
Remember to all the
follow
socials.
All the socials. Follow me, Joso Rocks. Follow us at the NeuroNerds. Follow Lauren at Lauren L. Manzano. Follow Felice at Felice LaZae.
Yes, everywhere.
Follow the experience that you put on.
Oh, yes.
It's called Game Night Market, which is amazing. It's like a night market with music, and it's partnered with Airbnb.
Yeah, if you're in LA, come and hang out with us. It's bi-weekly.
Yeah, Joe serves drinks. It's fun. You know, Stan Lee would just say Excelsior.
Yes.
And on that note, the NeuroNerds out.